Okay, guys, I'm here for a news video. I don't generally do news videos. In fact, this is my first video in, I think, 4.5 months. Uh, I I don't think I've actually uploaded a video since my SummerSlam 2020 review, because I took a few months off. But news broke today that I actually want to give a little bit of thoughts about, and that is the news that starting on March 18th, WWE Network, in America anyway, in the United States anyway, will basically be migrated over to Peacock, the NBC Universal streaming service. Uh, Now, if you look at this from a business standpoint here from WWE, they have 1.5 million subscribers. Peacock has 20 million subscribers. Now, it's not as many as Disney Plus, what have you, which is 70 million, I think, or Netflix, or things like that. But you go from 1.1, because it's 1.5 total, 1.1, I think, in America. So you're going from that, and you go to a streaming platform with 20 million. Uh, that's quite an increase of potential viewership. Now, you need a Peacock Premium for this, which has two levels of Peacock Premium. There's Peacock Premium, which is $4.99, which gives you all of Peacock, but you have ads on it. And that's also, by the way, 50%. That's actually 50. That's actually half the price of WWE Network. At $9.99, you would get that for $4.99, but there'd be the ads there if you want that. Or you can just pay the full $9.99 you're already paying, and you'll go over and you get to have all of Peacock, all the Network content plus all Peacock's content for $9.99, and it's ad free. Uh, this is a very unique situation. Of course, there was that news story last year that said that the WWE was interested in loaning out the WWE Network to other streaming sites. And apparently, this deal is for 5 years and $1 billion over that 5-year period. Which, if you do the math about that, I believe that is I believe that would be $200 million. I believe that would be $200 million per year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that would be $200 million per year. I could be wrong on that, but it's apparently what it is. It's apparently the same deal that Fox gave WWE for SmackDown. Now, this shows you the power of the WWE branding, because WWE is not exactly the best in terms of ratings right now, nor is it actually the best in terms of creative right now, but this is the time that WWE does at least bring their A games around WrestleMania time. So, the fact that they can make a deal like this, when their ratings are just in free fall, at least on Raw, SmackDown actually has seen either been steady or is improving. But at least on Raw, anyway, the actual WWE show that's on an NBC network besides NXT, shows you the power of this company, and just the power to make deals that help its business. I mean, yeah, Vince McMahon may be out of touch when it comes to his actual wrestling and what he needs to do on his wrestling show, but in terms of being able to make deals that sustain the longevity of his company, the guy is revolutionary and always has been. So give him credit about that. Also, there's also the other thing that could affect WWE on USA, and that's NXT. Because NXT might be forced to move off of USA with the shutdown of the NBC Sports Network, which will be shutting down at the end of the year or near the end of the year or something like that. In which case, NASCAR race, in terms of which NASCAR and the NHL move to USA. Now, NASCAR itself does not affect NXT because they only race on Saturdays and Sundays. and I think Fridays, but that doesn't affect NXT. However, the NHL does play games on Wednesday, so that could affect NXT. Now that would be a forced move to a new night for NXT, or it could go to Peacock, which would make it back to streaming again. But if they still want as a thing on USA, they could just move it to another night, which would be better for NXT anyway, because NXT does better ratings when it's unopposed with AEW. So really, moving nights would be best for NXT anyway. Just get off Wednesday. And if you're forced to do it by NBC closing down their sports channel, and thus that night has to go to hockey, it's better than WWE admitting defeat, so to speak. Personally, I don't get into the AEW NXT war. I don't get into that. I just think you should be happy that there's really quality wrestling on that night, regardless of what show it has. Because NXT is probably the most quality show in the WWE. And periodically SmackDown, because it's been getting good too. But just be happy about that. I'm not a part of this Wednesday night war thing. I don't really like saying that. I'm just glad that there's wrestling content that's good on that night. That those two shows still combined for over 1 million viewers on a Wednesday night. So it's really interesting there. So yeah, this is a very... Now, again, this WWE Network move is only for US subscribers right now. If you're in Canada or the UK or any other place, it doesn't affect you yet. It might later, depending if Peacock wants to expand out of the United States. But for right now, it only affects us in the US. So, what are your thoughts on this network move to Peacock starting March 18th? Which also I forgot to mention, this does not affect the Royal Rumble, nor does it affect Elimination Chamber, but it does affect Fastlane on March 18th, a pay-per-view that really is not needed. Okay? Because that is 2 weeks before that is approximately 3 weeks before WrestleMania. Okay? So that would give them 3 weeks to really build WrestleMania. Now, with Elimination Chamber, if you didn't have Fastlane, you would at least have over a month. But since they moved WrestleMania back to April 10 and 11. Now, they're only going to have about 3 weeks. Roughly. But now this is understanding why Fastlane's all of a sudden back. And whatnot. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this development with the WWE Network? Leave a comment down there, and the like button is down there, and subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.